This is the 4.3 Day 2 video for notes, and on Day 2 we mostly reviewed vertical and horizontal lines. So that's where we're going to start here today. So if you notice here, it says to write an equation of the specified line, and then we have a graph over here that's color-coded. I have this blue line, which is a horizontal line, and then I have this red line, which is a vertical line. So back, I don't know, in the first 6 weeks, we talked about horizontal and vertical lines, and I taught you a little acronym. For horizontal lines, I told you to memorize the phrase HOI. The H stands for horizontal. The O stands for zero slope. And the Y, I told you to write Y equals. So we've been using the H, horizontal lines, and the O have zero slope, and today we're going to focus on the Y equals part. So in order to write the equation of a horizontal line, we know that it is going to be Y equals a number. So the number is wherever it touches the Y-axis. So if you notice here on this blue line, it is touching y at -4. Therefore, the equation of the blue line is y equals -4. This is a concept that sometimes is difficult for students to remember. When I first teach it, they say, oh, that's so easy, HOI, it's horizontal line, zero slope, y equals a number. And they know that it's y equals -4. But for some reason, when they recall or when they're testing, they have a hard time. So just remember, HOI, horizontal lines, zero slope, or y equals a number. Now for the red line, I told you to memorize VUX for vertical lines. V stands for vertical. U stands for undefined slope. And it's x equals a number, okay? So for this vertical line, where does it touch x? It touches x at 4 right there. So the vertical line's equation is x equals 4. So vertical lines have undefined slope. Their x equals a number. In this case, x equals 4. And horizontal lines have zero slope. Their y equals a number. In this case, y equals -4. In this next example, we are writing an equation, and they've given us kind of a little format to look at. So they've given us part of an equation. It says, find the missing coefficient in the equation of the line shown. Write the completed equation. So notice here, they gave me an equation in standard form. It is ax plus 3y equals 2. Now in a linear equation, you're going to have an x and y variable, but this a is a coefficient. That's why it says find the missing coefficient. Now because they've given me a line, that means that I can use this point that they gave me. That point is written as x, y. So if I substitute those values into this equation here for x and y, that will allow me to be able to solve for a. So that's what I'm going to do. So I know that a times -1 plus 3 times 0 has to equal 2. I got those numbers from this ordered pair. X was -1, so I replaced it with x, and 0 is y. Now I can solve. So a times -1 is just -a. 3 times 0 is 0, so it goes away, and I'm left with -a equals 2. The opposite of multiplying by a negative would be to divide by a negative, so I'm dividing by -1, and that tells me that a would be equal to -2. Now the instructions up here say write the completed equation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my original equation and replace a with -2. So we have -2x plus 3y is equal to 2. And then this would be my answer. This is actually the practice that we did. We practiced writing the equations of vertical and horizontal lines with these two problems, but I wanted to make sure that I reviewed one of those since the example we did earlier, they gave us a graph, and I feel like it's easier to write equations from a graph. So I want to show you how to do it with an ordered pair as well. So notice right here it says write equations of the horizontal and vertical lines that pass through the given point. So they're asking you to write two lines for each point, a vertical line and a horizontal line. So on this one, the vertical line, so remember vertical is vux. So if I wanted the vertical line that would pass through -8, -9, I'm looking at the x coordinate. So the vertical line would be x equals -8. Now they also wanted me to write a horizontal line. So the horizontal line, remember that's hoi, that's y equals. So the horizontal line that passes through that same point would be at y equals -9. Okay, so if they want vertical, you're looking at the x coordinate of your point. If they want horizontal, you're looking at the y coordinate of your point. Okay, so that concludes our 4.3 notes. We did actually spend 3 days on it. We did 2 days of notes and 1 day of practice. And if you have any questions about this, please make sure you come in for tutoring. Y'all have a great day.